Hello humans, thank you for watching. This is another Automobilista video. Today we're at Kansai circuit in Japan. You may well know it as Suzuka. And
Clear.
thank you. This thing you're looking at is the Ultima GTR Race. A few details. It's got a 6.3 litre Chevy V8 in the back. It's rear-wheel drive, 490 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque, and it's a 6-speed sequential. Other than that, the thing you need to know is it's a bit of a beast. I'll shut up now and let you listen to it for a lap, and then I'll do a quick race with the AI. Not too shabby, was it? Right, I'll see you in the cockpit. And through the magic of the internet, here we are on the grid at Kansai/Suzuka. Just a quick précis of the race. This is going to be 5 laps against 11 AI. They're on 101% and high aggression. It's 4 PM, so hopefully we'll get some nice shadows and reflections. Let's get on with it. Wish me luck. Let's see if we can survive the cavalry charge. Now, will the AI make it around the famous Suzuka S's? And will I, for that matter? And this is the Dunlop curve, my favourite part of the course, because it always feels as though you're going to accelerate off the face of the planet. And brake for Degner 1. And then Degner 2, try not to spin. Up to the hairpin, where it's very easy to spin out in this car. As far as I know, this curve doesn't have a name, but it's scary, I can tell you that. Now, brake for spoon curve, or panic for spoon curve rather. Down to 3rd gear, try to get a decent exit. Ooh, the car wanted to turn then. And now, a quick change of underpants before tackling 130R. Next up is the Casio triangle. One of the seemingly obligatory irritating chicanes which most racecourses seem to have nowadays. Yes, I do sound like a grumpy old man. And I think we've survived a lap. And being tail end Charlie at least means that you can get a look at the back of the car, which I think looks great. It looks like a race car. It means business. And the Ultima has an attractive profile as well. Unfortunately, the nose is scooped, and now that provides a lot of downforce, but it does make the car look a bit like a duck, which is a shame. I think if it were better looking, it would be better known. Now, I described this car as a bit of a beast. I should explain that. This is one of 3 Ultimas that comes with the Britpack DLC. This is the race version. It has 6 gears, sequential. And it's a little more civilized than the 2 road versions, the Standard and the 720. There's a bit of a story behind the 720. If you're a fan of Top Gear, and if you're watching this video, you probably are, you'll know that they've got a test track where everyone tries to get the best time. And famously, a few years ago, Michael Schumacher turned up with a crack Ferrari team, and I think it was the FXXK, correct me if I'm wrong, and on slicks smashed the lap record at the Top Gear track. Well, the 720 toddled up a bit later, and never mind that it's a glorified kit car, that's not to insult it, that's actually what it is. You can build the thing in your garage if you want to. It went on the Top Gear track and smashed Michael Schumacher's record. That's how fast it is. In fact, it holds a number of world records for acceleration and braking. And this car, the race version, shares some of that car's murderous DNA. Because although it accelerates like the proverbial bullet out of a gun, it will try and kill you. Rather like a bullet out of a gun. But if you drive it using a low field of view, as I am, it's a very exciting sim car to drive. I know some people don't like having such a low field of view where you're so close to the imaginary windscreen, but it's my preference. And in this car, actually, it works quite well because you've got 2 mirrors. One's a TV screen, so you can actually see behind you while having a low field of view, which is a rare thing in racing sims. I've had to tweak the setup quite a bit to get the car to behave. But if you're going to give this car a go, and I hope you do, you'll have to be patient for the first 2 laps, because you'll dice with death during those first 2 laps. It takes all that time and more for the tyres to warm up properly, and once they do, the car does become less of a death trap. It's one of my favourite cars in Automobilista because it's always exciting to drive. You have to concentrate. You can't just sort of go for a Sunday drive in this thing. It's very frustrating as well. You'll crash fairly often. But you get a tremendous sense of speed and power, like so. Now I've got a lot of wing on the car, and the tyres are still scrubbing going around Dunlop. Oh, there we go, just a little wiggle. Just to remind me that it wants to attend my funeral. And let's see if we can get a bit closer. Come on, draft. Textbook. Oh, we're bumping. That was a perfectly innocent attempt at an overtake. Ooh, where are you going? Well, I have got them on high aggression. Let's just ignore him and go after this chap, shall we? Right, stay on the right. Foot down and hang on for dear life. Hit the apex, not quite. I'd like to change down to second for that corner, but I think that the wheel spin would be too much. Oh, I'm slow there. So the Britpack DLC is worth getting. I think you get 3 versions of this psychotic car. You get a gaggle of Caterhams which just sit up and beg. They're fantastic to drive. You get a Formula Trainer, which again is very good, although I don't like the cockpit in that. And the MCR 2000, which is a prototype, sort of junior prototype car, which has lots of downforce and you can just really throw it at any corner. It's worth getting. It might be a bit expensive for you at the moment. If it is, wait for a Steam sale. And are we going to finish not last? We are. I call that a triumph. Right, I'm going to drive off the circuit before my computer breaks. I hope you enjoyed that. If so, please let me know. If you didn't, equally let me know. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.